Hello everyone and welcome to Orange University. In tonight's episode, we're going to play a little Boros Dragons. So, I got a quest to play white and red spells, so Boros Dragons it is, and that's the only Boros deck that I'm very interested in playing. I don't like burn, I don't like aggro, and I've already played a Jeskai control deck 1,000 times. So here we are, Boros Dragons, and it's all about Momo into a 3-drop like Clarion Conqueror, or 4 drops like Magmatic Hellkite, or maybe even 5 drops like the Nova Dragonhawk Fate's Tempest or Nova Hellkite, right? That's kind of where the curve goes. And with this deck, we also can get out cards like Sarkhan Dragon Ascent, which, does not synergize with Momo on off turn 2, but definitely synergizes off all the other dragons in our deck. So that's kind of the idea. And the craziest thing we can do is, if we have a turn 1 Momo, turn 2, we can play, a voice, whatever, or get lost one of their creatures. Turn 3 is where we can go crazy, because you can Sarkhan to get a treasure, right? If you Sarkhan for a treasure because you behold a dragon, then you have 2 more mana, and you can use those 2 mana to, play a Nova Hellkite or a Clarion Conqueror, and that really shuts our opponent down. That's turn 3, by the way. That's really quick, right? Turn 3, if you have a Nova Hellkite that shuts down their Land War Elf, or a Clarion Conqueror that shuts down all artifacts and creatures and planeswalkers, that's insanely strong. So that is sort of the dream of this deck. Is not as bursty, right? It's not one of those mono-whites, the double spell decks that you can then summon a bunch of creatures in one turn and just kind of win off of that. This is a bigger dragon style where the cards are beefier. They are harder to play, but once you stick them, they do a lot of damage. So Magmatic Hellkite and Nova Hellkites, these deal 4 damage at a piece, right? And then if we can stick a Dragonhawk, that's not 5 damage, right? That's 5 damage plus the attack that then gives you cards. That's either value or extra damage. So yeah, this deck does all of that. Oh, a neat little package. So let's talk about the deck list. Turn 1. We've got the 4 Momos. That's all we're doing in turn 1. Obviously, nothing else we want to do. But if you want to, or if you have to, you could Burst Lightning. I'm going to put the removal cards here. You could Burst Lightning like a Land War Elf. That might be important. That's our turn 1 play. Turn 2, you definitely want to Sarkhan and Behold a Dragon if you can. With this deck, we can Behold Dragon very easily. This whole package is dragons, dragons, dragons. So Sarkhan most likely will come in with a treasure. But you got to use that treasure quick, because Clarion Conqueror will lock it down. So use up your treasure very quickly here, and you can see we're not running boxes in this deck. We're not running the drums in this deck. We are actually not running artifacts at all, other than the treasure that Sarkhan makes. So that's all we have. And turn 2, we also have Voice of Victory. So that's also pretty good against counterspell deck, control decks that you kind of force them to play on their turn. And so they can't be as interactive with our turn 3, turn 4 play. So Voice of Victory is very strong in doing that. The best thing you can do at Voice of Victory is play it against a black deck. So then, on their turn, they had to get rid of your voice. And then on your next turn, you can play a Clarion Conqueror, maybe another voice. They had to get rid of that. And then on the turn after that, you can play a Magmatic Hellkite. And now you're taxing out their lands, and they have to answer this, or any turn, we'll start hitting them with big creatures. So that's kind of the play. Turn 3, 4 Clarion Conqueror, or 4 Nova Hellkite. Those are all relevant cards to play on turn 3 to deal damage or to stall out the board. Turn 4, we got Magmatic Hellkite, and turn 5, we got Dragonhawk. So that is our Temple play. And then I already talked about Burst Lightning as the premier removal of choice. We also have 2 Get Lost, which is another removal we can use to kill a creature, enchantment, or planeswalker. And we have 2 Twinmaw Stormbrood, which on the Charring Bite side can deal 5 damage to a non-flyer, or we can pay 6 mana for a 5/4. It's not great to pay 6 mana for a 5/4. Even with the Momo odds, it's 5 mana 5/4 flying, which is not great. But 5/4 flying does deal damage. So that's reasonable. If we're doing that, most likely the game has stalled out and we just need a little bit more push to win. And finally, we have one spectacular tactic. I see a lot of deck run this, so I want to try it. It's got Spider-Man, flavor, which is not fun, but it's a 2 mana that does one of 2 things. You can either protect a creature, put a +1/+1 counter on a creature and give it hexproof, or you can destroy a creature. So it's kind of like the old I forgot what it's called. I don't think it's Indomitable Whale, but it's in something. That was the old white card that either protects a creature, give it indestructible, or deals or destroys a creature with toughness 4 or power 4. Right? It's the same thing as that, but it's just in standard. So try it out and see how it works. And then the land base. Now, we're going to have to run 24 lands because we're running dragons, right? Dragons needs a lot of lands. But we have Momo and we have Sarkhan's treasure, so it kind of helps us ramp out a little bit. And that means 24 and not 25 or 6. And the deck is full of dual color lands. So we have 4 Vantage, 4 Foundry, and 4 Sunbillow Verge. So that's our dual color lands for red and white. I have 2 mountains, and that's it. No plains in the deck because obviously Sunbillow Verge defaults to white. And a lot of these cards are double red pip. Then we have 2 Cavern, to name dragons, of course, because it's a dragon deck. 4 Maelstrom of the Spirit Dragon. Now, this is a very good card for this deck, because when you run out of value, you just spend all of your mana and sack the Maelstrom to get a Dragonhawk, and then just get the value from the Dragonhawk that way. And we have 4 Multiversal Passage. I forgot about this. This is also a dual color land, technically, that you can use to name any of the red and white color. And that's the whole idea. Let's go into the game and see how well this Boros Dragons will do. Alright, our opponent is Puck. The weekly warrior Pucky Puck Puck. We go first. That's 3 Sarkhans. We cannot get a good hand for the life of us, but you know, Sarkhans be damned. Alright. Another higher claw battle. If he wants to pay 2 mana into trading our Sarkhan, I let him do it. I have 3 Sarkhans in hand. Makes him spend a whole turn. That's not too bad. Against an aggro deck, if we buy ourselves some time. Honestly, I don't feel too bad about it. Come at us, bro. He might think we have a burst lightning or something. We don't. Well, actually, now we do, but a little late for that. So, if I spend 2 mana for a Sarkhan here, I could use the treasure for the Clarion Conqueror. That's not too bad, right? No point in holding up the treasure. It will go away. And now I have a 3-3 and another 3-3. Against Puck, the deadly warrior from Berserk. Scariest creature, scariest monster in all of Mura's story. And what is our opponent going to do? I guess he'll rope. Classic Magic the Gathering player here. Put a +1/+1 counter on. He might be hoping onto that. We will dash his hope with a block. So unless he can get first strike, he cannot bump. That is an activated ability. So you're gonna have to use your mana for stuff. Full bore. You gotta bore some more. That doesn't work. You wanna bore some more? No. Alright. Cool, he killed the Clarion Conqueror. Got a shock? No, he got a plot. Okay. Not a land, unfortunately. If I play the Clarion Conqueror, I actually cannot kill the Slick Shot, so that might be an issue, right? Like a Sarkhan? I mean, what's the point of Sarkhan in here? I think we just voice. Let's see, full board. Target creature control gets +3/+2. Oh, he's gonna full bore his creature. Pretty certain of that. Again, 3 lands, right? Like This is the third or fourth game in a row where I really needed another land, but I could not hit it. Bolt wave. He's gonna get that prowess trigger. Now, do I want to stop this challenger? If I... You think he has another target? He did not. Good. We got there. Nice. You want to play a slick shot? Did not want to play a slick shot. Cool beans. Now we have a get loss. Get loss is wild. Alright, so I guess we just attack with everything. Get lost whatever he plays. Right? I could also Clarion Conqueror, but I don't think I do that. Alright, yeah, still can't draw a land. I guess drawing a land here would not help too much. So, get lost is just, it's just a removal, it's fine. He's got 3 cards left, he's at 11. He can't really kill us with anything too threatening. If I played Clarion Conqueror, I could bring a Sarkhan up to 4. Higher Claw. Higher Claw is pretty annoying. It does mean that I gotta be careful with the slick shot now. He doesn't do anything though, we can just... Alright, he's got nothing. Okay. That's cool with us. So, I Momo, which will make my Clarion Conqueror cost 2. So I can Clarion Conqueror after I Momo. The question is, do I care about doing this? I lock this down, but there's a slick shot. He could full board his slick shot, right? That's the annoying part. So maybe I don't do that. Just a regular roll attack. Take the 3. Cool. This locks down the higher claw. How much would I care about it locking down a higher claw, though? Gotta be careful with the slick shot. I'll play it safe for one more turn and I'll kill him. Yeah, I mean, if I was gonna play the Clarion Conqueror, I should have done it pre-combat. Because it'll make Sarkhan bigger. Astronaut. Astronaut's fine, still can't block. Oh, we can block. Still can't block flying. Alright, he's attacking with... I think we take this 1 damage off the board. Obviously, he can pump it. But doesn't do anything else after this. So you have that pump. Can I draw a land? No, cannot draw a land. I could Magmatic Hellkite. If I'm gonna have no lands open, this probably does something. Clarion Conqueror locks this down. Locking down the land from his side, I don't know if it does much. I still do it. Wait, is that lethal? It might be, right? Did I do the math right? Because he blocks 1. It's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's gonna have to use his shock or whatever he has to stop himself from dying. Yeah, we got through. It was mana screwed every game, but you know, I guess 3 lands all we need. Deck's wild. I did think about drums, but drum is kind of a number with Clarion Conqueror, and that's always an issue. But you need to conquer against Badgermole decks, so here we are. GG. Alright, our opponent is Kometo. Opponent goes first. Huh. Is it another Deceit deck? Jeez. Well, it is what it is. Turn 2 to seat. Here we go. Oh, nowhere to run on the Momo. Well, I mean, like, I'm not happy about it. But I'm also not happy about it. I mean, I wish he didn't do it, right? I wish he turned to play a tap land and just say go. But if he was going to remove the Momo, that's not as bad as him removing the scarier cards later. And he's going to keep doing that, so... I have a bunch of lands. Do I put out the Clarion Conqueror onto turn 3 here? I don't think I need to, right? I'll put this on red. Yeah, I had to play this land here because every other land doesn't hit that well. Curing. Alright, he's just gonna remove everything that we have. All of our values are gone. But at least we killed a Kieran, so he can't bounce that back. This is gonna be a matchup, huh? Clarion Conqueror? I don't think this is gonna work. He has no artifacts. Should I put Torpor over in his deck? Do I have ETBs? He's just gonna try to mill me, I think. Soul Guy Lantern. My graveyard! You can't activate it though. Gotcha! I'm gonna draw another land. I am gonna draw another land. I'm gonna name Dragon right now. Before it gets to, I don't know, maybe discard or something. That was quick! That land snapped into my hand. It's 8 lands out of 13 cards. Either Flood or Screwed. That is all we're gonna face. Flood or Screwed. Just gonna hit him with the Clarion Conqueror. It's gonna Kaito us. Just straight up gonna stall our Clarion Conqueror out, probably.
The housewarming party has
oh, he can't activate. Yeah, he can't activate his Kaito. This is hilarious. Do we care about this Kaito? I did draw a burn spell. Can I burst him out? Yeah, let's kill the Kaito now. Before he gets hexproof, right? And it's a creature he can attack with, so let's get rid of that. How about both of us have nothing? I think we just play it. Oh, he can counter it. Oh, wow. Okay. I mean, none of us have to do anything, right? GG, comment. Yeah, our opponent is something in Korean. I don't speak Korean, so I'm gonna say Hyundai. I don't know what it says. I go first. Yay! No lands though. Fun. I don't need lands where we're going. I don't need lands. Who needs lands? Oh god. Okay, we Momo into nothing. That's a play. That's a play we can get behind. Here's a Momo. This deck is cursed. Healer Hawk. Cool beans. Can't hit it because it flies. We're just burst lining this Healer Hawk. Yeah, I just get rid of it. If I draw a land, I can. Oh no, I still can't. I need 2 lands. So, what do you got there, buddy? Rune Lurker back. Also can't hit that. Healer Hawk. Also can't hit that. Well, I got shocked for days, so here you go. I could Charring Bite at sorcery speed against creatures without flying. Which, I mean, his deck's important creatures don't fly. The healing. Oh, never mind. They're blue. I have no idea what they're doing. Yeah, like I'm gonna block. Here comes the ninjutsus. Here comes 3/1/1s on my face. Oh, half my deck. Cool. It's not like I'm using my deck anyways. You use it. You done? You gonna play out that hawk again? He's gonna play a pigeon. Sure. Let's hurt ourselves. Can't play that. I'm gonna burn him. Do I attack with Momo here? I'm not getting much done with Momo in this attack. We just have to have Dragonhawk do it attack. I don't know. Healer Hawk again. Rune Lurker Bat. This is just lots of trying to mill my deck. I got a Burst Lightning. Well, here's 5. Chump. I'll take your chump block. Dragon. Since I can't deal damage, I'm gonna try to gain life. Here's a Momo fly, and I don't deal any damage, but you know, at least I got a big flying dragon. They got 4 mana. They can mill my deck, half my deck, some more. Eventually, they'll get on the monument. But how many Clarion Conquerors did I mill? 1, 2. 2 Clarion Conquerors, so there's 2 more, right? There is 2 more in the deck. Okay, we'll go to combat. And we'll attack with these 2. Those are 2 Sarkhans. I only needed 1. Here's a chump. Is there another chump? Double chump. I don't think there's a triple chump coming, so here we are. He's gonna gain some life. Have some food. I'll play one of the Sarkhans. And behold a dragon. Behold! A dragon. Can I not behold? No, I have to behold. Well, I could not behold. I could choose. But more importantly, that is not a treasure, right? That's food? Okay, so he can't... Yeah, he can eat, but he can't activate the, whatchamacallit this turn. That's very important. So that means I can get a Clarion Conqueror and stop him from milling me out if he plays a Monument. It's not Monument to Endurance. I forgot what it's Monument to. He's attacking. Momo blocks. You trade? You traded. Here comes Day of Judgment, probably. Mill cards equal to my life, equal to his life total. I could deal 4 damage to this. So I guess we'll have to do it this way. We're mill 17. We're down to 2 cards. Okay. He's gonna whoops me. What else you got? Alright. He whoops me. He's got no lands. I have 1 land left, right? So if I attack here, I will die to getting milled out. Whereas if I just attack with these 2, it's 7. So if we draw a land here, interest or attack, exile the top X card. So if I don't attack, I bring him down to 10. And if he doesn't have anything to mill me, I attack this and get him. He's gonna whoops me, I'll whoops him. Ah, you're dead. Nice mill deck. Brilliant loser. Got him. Alright, our opponent is Hark. Initiate. Haruku. We go first. I mean... Do I put this on red? Maelstrom can play pretty much everything else except the Get Lost. But I have to put it on red. Yeah. It's too bad. If I get a Sarkhan, it would be helpful. Oh, they're gonna play nothing. I shocked myself for nothing. Thanks a lot. Well, let's... Did I shock myself again? For a Get Lost? I don't think so. I have Burst Lightning. I don't think I need to get lost whatever he plays. He's going to play nothing for 2 turns. And then keep to the top. That's pretty annoying. I'll play the Clarion Conqueror. Does stop most of artifacts and creatures, but they're banned, so I don't know what they're doing. If they play, is it Astral Chronicles? No. What is it called again? The conch that they gave them on mana. That'll be funny here. They are playing a weird card. Another target. What? I don't know what this is. Do I just Twinmaw it? Do I just Burst Lightning it? Burst Lightning's probably better, right? It's 2 damage. Take 3. Yeah, I don't know what that was. Okay, at the beginning of upkeep, Surveil 1. Sack this enchantment to create X 2/2 black, where X the number of elves in your graveyard. Alright, buddy. How many elves do you have in your graveyard? I guess we charge this for damage. I can hide the Hellkite, and I still have damage in my hand. And I still have Get Lost, you can Surveil. Yeah, you can get a big elf pull in your graveyard. Still costs 4, I don't think it'll help. Yeah, I don't know what this deck is. Well, I guess our opponent doesn't either. GG. Is that like a starter deck? Alright, our opponent is Brady. Brady? Brady. What a little Brady. He's gonna let me go first. Thanks, Brady. I got 3 drops, or I got 4 drops and 5 drops in this opening, but since we're going first and 3 lands, I'm gonna keep. Not the greatest going first with 3 lands, but I'm gonna try it. I have a removal, and potentially another removal if he has bigger creatures. And hopefully that builds me into turn 4. They're blue, so not even gonna happen. Not even gonna happen, huh? Alright, I shoot it off, but then Granny's gonna come. This is not really a chance of us doing anything here. Boomerang to draw a card, just to play it again, yeah. Nice. It's like I played nothing. I mean... Dragon. And counter protect. They only give a hexproof. Not blocking that. Wow, okay. If you're doing that, then you're gonna face the fate of my Dragonhawk. Oh, he's mana screw probably. Another Cavern? I can't play that. I can attack for 2. This Dragonhawk's gonna hurt a lot. If he has a non-basic land, we're gonna eat it alive, so he is screwed. And him not having non-basic lands means that our Hellkites are just gonna come out as Hellkites. If I draw another land, that would be crazy. He needs to kill the Dragonhawk, and he can't. He can only bounce it. Which means I'll just get value out of it anyways. I'll do it again. Can't counter this. I'm probably not going to mill a land this time. Yeah. Not always lucky. But he's playing off 2 lands, so you know what, to be fair, I'll take it. Slight. He's going to get his 3rd lands here. Definitely going to need it. Or is he? Maybe? I'm pretty sure he is. Yeah, this stick means he's got a land. Please be a multicolor land. Yes. It's red, which means he can't use it on anything useful. I mean, okay, it's pretty useful, but I can still live with that. He's not going to be happy with what happens next. You know that land you worked so hard for is gone. Go search yourself for a mountain. It's gonna be stunned. Oh, man. Okay, I guess we'll just bring him down to 1. Hey, search for an island? You don't have mountains in your deck? Elusive Otter. Cool. I can't block it. It looks like it's GG. Nice prowess. I'm so happy the prowess got mana screwed. They deserve it. Alright, our opponent is Scarlet Dads. I don't know what that means, but it sounds weird. One goes first. You know, this would be an insane hand if we just get a go first. But we don't, so here we are, right? Here's a Momo. Momo's probably gonna die. There it is. What do we do, Sarkhan next turn? I don't think Voice does much against this kind of deck. They're very interactive, but then they're also very proactive. Squelcher. Oh no, I can't counter him. Huh? I guess we'll probably Sarkhan. Showing the Magmatic Hellkite. You might be thinking that's what we'll be doing next turn. Your lands don't have ward. Oh. Just a quick trade, huh? I'm more than happy to trade that with you. I think we just do the Magmatic Hellkite. Yeah, let's just do that. Stun lands go. Fire Claw. Alright, this is gonna give me 4 mana. 4 mana doesn't do much. So, I don't need to have this injured tapped. But I will play the Clarion Conqueror, so we can't use the Higher Claw. We gotta get damage in somehow, right? It's time to go. He is mana screwed, I don't want to give him time. And he's out. There you go. Scarlet Dads. Let's go back to play with your kid. Alright, our opponent is Jiggergao. Jiggergao 3. We go first. This is a hand. This is a go first hand. Mo. Gotta be careful though. Scavenger, okay. I'm gonna shock anyways. Might as well shock this in. Sarkhan. Let's reveal this one. Or the Dragonhawk. The one to them know what I'm doing next turn, right? So I'll reveal this one. It's probably a shelter or something coming up soon. So anyways, Seam Rip. Seam Rip to Sarkhan would be hilarious. It's probably the least thing you want to Seam Rip there, buddy. He might have another one, right? He could have a playing seam. No, he's playing off 1 land. Perfect. Hilarious. So if that's what you want to do... Hold on a second. So if he shelters here, it will be a pretty big optimistic scavenger. And I don't really want to see that. We'll just kill this guy off. You wanna quit yet, Mr. One-Lander? Does he have a bunch of seam rips? Oh, that's the second land. Helpful Weaver. Very helpful indeed. No, I think I play this first. So, red. Dragonhawk. Pumps it ever so slightly. Oh, he's just gonna quit. GG. I'll take your GG, Mr. White Deck. Welcome back, everyone. Now that you saw those Boros Dragons game, how does this deck feel? Well, this deck did exactly what I thought it would do, which is very good, very strong, but I had to cut out about 3 or 4 games where it was not fun for me to play, nor was it fun for anyone to watch, right? There was 3 games where I was just mana screwed. And you can kind of hear it in the games I even won that I was mana screwed for a while. And all those games, I drew 2 lands, mulligan, 2 lands, nothing. Never draw a 3rd land and could not get any of my cards to run. That was not fun. And then there were games that I was just flooded. And then I was just, out of 12 cards I drew, I think 4 non-land cards and 8 lands. And those 4 non-land cards, 2 of them were Sarkhan. So basically mana. And that was how I lost those games. And that's not fun. But that's Magic, right? Sometimes that happens. But I wouldn't say most, but a lot of the times when you do get that back and forth, this deck does have that back and forth built into the deck that is very fun, right? We have a lot of sustainability in the current format. And now, the biggest reason why I looked at this deck list and I thought it would be very fun and interesting to play is that it does answer some of the top tier meta decks. So let's name them, right? We got, number 1, the Badgermole deck. Well, we got Clarion Conqueror. That just stops the Badgermole deck outright, so that's all you need. Clarion Conqueror, stops Badgermole. You put that on a t-shirt and sell it, right? And that's one thing. Another top tier deck is kind of like the Badgermole, but the mono green landfall deck. And the mono green landfall deck will definitely die to the Magmatic Hellkite, because that deck just runs off Bossing Say. So if you take out their Bossing Say and stop them from being able to play a bunch of spells, they're eventually run out of basic lands that they can search for, that actively place while you are dealing damage to them and killing them quickly, right? This is also very rushy. So, along with that, you are also stopping their Badgermoles, and you are burning off their Landware Elves and their Chocobo Chicks, so they're not really getting any tempo on board. So, yeah, Clarion Conqueror, Magmatic Hellkite, that stops any of those combination of Badgermole decks. And then, finally, we got the Caveros deck, right? The Cavero deck definitely is a deck that makes this a little bit harder to fight against, because we don't have Graveyard Hate, and it's in the best of 1. You don't really want to just tech for Graveyard Hate out of nowhere, but this deck is very fast. And once again, Magmatic Hellkite is a good answer to that deck, because that deck needs 4 mana to win. You got 4 mana, you Cavero, and you win. But Magmatic Hellkite kind of stops that, and if we're able to stick a Momo, that's a 3 mana Magmatic Hellkite. And if you're able to stick a Momo and a Sarkhan, that's a 2 mana, potentially, Magmatic Hellkite plus the treasure. So, potentially very fast Hellkite. And if you get a fast Hellkite down, your opponent can't really interact with you too quickly to get their Bringers and their graveyard shenanigans off board, and you can kind of overwhelm them with a Hellkite attack. And if they have a Bringer, right, if you have a lot of these in the graveyard because they keep killing them, and they have a Bringer without their dragon, the one that deals damage, I forgot what it's called, but if they don't have that dragon in their graveyard and they just bring out a bunch of creatures without killing you, you kill them with the Dragonhawk and a bunch of Nova Hellkites out. So that's also relevant, and I think that's pretty important in a deck like this. And that's really all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.